No. So let's go, oh.
So let's go high and touch the sky. So let's go high.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Mr.Motivator. But what I want to talk about today is finding your strength, finding who you truly are. And I don't mean like going to LA Fitness or the Y or any of those places to, you know, hit the bench press and bench like 350 or squat 425. I'm talking about truly finding your strength, that thing that keeps you moving. And I want to bring 3 points to you. The first point being that you have to understand what you're good at. We all know that Michael Jordan was probably one of the best, or not even probably, one of the best basketball players on the court. And that's where he excelled. That's where his greatness was, right? But baseball was not his strength. But what he excelled in at basketball, you know, it was by all means a strength of his. So what he did was he understood what he was good at, and he just started to compound on those skills. The second point I want to make is it's not that you can't be anything you want to be, but you have to know what you're good at. You have to know what makes you tick. The key to human development is building on who you already are. So when people tell you, well, you can be anything you want to be, that's somewhat accurate, but it's not all the way accurate. You don't want to be in an uncomfortable situation and then when you fail, think that you're not good enough. So what are your strengths? What are those things that you're good at? You know, you can't be, or you cannot be anything you want to be, but you can be a lot more of who you already are. And I want you to think about that. Most of the time we sit around and we try to find out those things and figure out those things of what makes us tick, what makes us successful. And most of the time, it's not always trying different things and trying to do what your mothers or your dads or your cousins tell you that you should do. It's what are those things that you feel you're good at? You know, me, I'm good at running my mouth. So guess what? This is my profession, right? But you got to think, you know, I've tried my hand at many different things. You know, I was a nursing assistant while I was in college. I got a certified, a national certification of phlebotomy, but those aren't the things that I was passionate about. It was just something to bring in the check. So we have to understand that speaking and motivating and training, that's something that I do effortlessly. So that's a strength of mine. So and I understand that strength, which is why I decided to make it a business, you know, for all these years. So I understood those things. I understood what my strength was. And, you know, I started to compound and learn and read and study other speakers to be that ultimate person that I feel that where my strength is. So again, it's not that I'm telling you that you can't be anything you want to be, but what I'm telling you is what are those things that you personally are strong at? Are you strong at math? Are you strong at recording? Are you a rapper? Are you a vocalist? Are you, you know, a scientist? What is that thing that make you tick? What is that thing that makes you want to get up in the morning without an alarm and go do that? You know, what is that thing? And that's what I'm telling you by finding your strength. What is that thing that truly makes you tick? And, you know, is it something that can turn into a paycheck? Is it something that you can wake up and say that this is what I do all day, every day, and you truly be happy about it? So part of finding your strength is knowing what that particular thing is. You know, there's one thing, and this is the third point that I want to bring to you, and it's sort of an equation. And the equation says it's talent times investment equals your strength. Talent meaning what your natural gift is. What is your natural gift? Investment means the time spent in developing your craft. How much time are you truly spending developing your craft, that thing that you're good at? And strength, the definition behind that is the ability to consistently provide near perfect performance. A near perfect performance. I'm not saying a perfect performance, but a near perfect performance. So it's almost as if I'm telling you, when I talk about your strength, is it something that you can do pretty much flawlessly? So what talents do you have? And not only what talents do you have, but what investment are you putting into yourself or pouring into yourself that helps take you to that next level? And then that's where you find your strength. You know, Usain Bolt can run a 200 in his sleep, a 200-meter dash in his sleep, is because he invests the time to get better. I know close friends and rappers and producers that spend hours burning the midnight oil perfecting their craft. Not only because they realize that that's their talent, but they decided to invest hours and hours of time perfecting it. So what I want to wrap up and say to you is this: find your strength. Find those things that you are good at. And if it's something that you feel like you want to turn into a career, by all means, do it. Just understand the steps and the struggle that happens in between you getting from where you are to where you want to be. It's not an easy fight. It's a hard fight. I always say that if you want, and I tell, something that you tell women, if you want a man to come swoop you in and that knight in shining armor image, then I think you picked the wrong person, because unless that armor was battle tested and scarred up and torched, then that man ain't been through anything, or that man hasn't been through anything. So, understand that the trials and tribulations and the troubles that you go through is for the betterment of your craft. It's part of the investment. You just have to be willing to continue to push through until you receive that thing that you want to receive. This is your boy, Mr. Motivator, about to sign off. Please feel free to like the page, subscribe to the YouTube channel, find me on Snapchat, Instagram, or Twitter under Jamal_Callahan, hashtag Mr. Motivator, or on Facebook, Mr. Motivator, Jamal Callahan. I'm everywhere, but there will be more. So feel free to like, comment. Let me know what topics you want to talk about. Let me know what topics we can talk about on the upcoming podcast. So, but we are here, and we'll see you next time. One love.
So let's go. Cause I'm on fire. And I'm that guy.